Hello friends, it's Daryl. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful sunny day here in southeast Michigan. A friend of mine asked me to have a look at her lawnmower. Hasn't used it in a couple years. Said it was always hard to start. So I told her we could take it home, clean out the carburetor, flush out the fuel system, put a new spark plug in it. See, this is a Craftsman 7 horsepower with the Briggs Stratton engine. And it's a pretty basic lawnmower, not self-propelled or anything. So just a simple tune-up on this, shouldn't be much of a problem. I pulled the spark plug out to make sure what kind of spark plug it had, and it's a RJ19 LM. And I pulled off the air filter, and it's one of the smaller ones. It's like 5x6, and it's, you can see, really nasty. Let's see, that's part number, Briggs & Stratton, part number 491585. And you see, we're going to clean all this out, make it nice and pretty. We're going to replace the spark plug, change the oil, sharpen the blade, and flush out the fuel system. The first thing I'm going to do is drain the oil into a container and then take the blade off. The J19 spark plug was $4.29. The quart of oil to change oil with was $3.49. The Briggs & Stratton air filter, $8.99. And oh, we also got she mentioned to me how the pull handle was broke on it. She wanted to know if I could fix that because it's hard for her to pull with like that. Then we got a new pull handle. The only kind they had was this one that comes with the rope. I'm probably not going to replace the whole rope, but just take the handle off and replace the handle. And that was $5.99. The parts came to just under $25 at the local Family Farm and Home store. And you could actually get these quite a bit cheaper if you ordered them ahead of time online. So let's get started, shall we? Most of the time nowadays, if I'm changing the oil, I just remove the dipstick and tilt the mower over and let it drain out through the dipstick hole gravity-wise. I know a lot of people like to pull the drain plug out from the bottom, but yeah, I do that sometimes if I have better access to it. But honestly, you can get just as much oil out through the filling tube if you let it drain for a long time and make sure the front end is elevated up a little bit to keep the oil toward the back of the sump, sort of like that, maybe an inch or two up in the air. I don't know if you can see or not, but this oil is really thick. It's like syrup. You can see it flowing around in there. Very thick oil. It's a good thing we got that changed. A quick pointer: always raise the mower up on its side with the carburetor up in the air. If you don't, oil can leak back through the valves into the carburetor and ruin your air filter and clog your carburetor up with engine oil, and you don't want that. So always keep your carburetor side elevated while you're working on your mower. We also removed the spark plug here a second ago. And you can see this certainly looks like the original plug in here, and I'm sure it's the original plug in here. And it tells us that it's really not in too bad a shape. So, you know, we're certainly going to go ahead and replace it since we got the new one. But the spark plug is a 13/16 size socket. Now we're going to untie the rope handle and replace the rope handle. And this is already actually broken, so it's going to be pretty easy to get a hold of the knot in here, pull it out, untie it, and tie it in to our new handle. Alright, here you can see I've untied the knot, and now we're going to insert the knot, or the rope, into the new handle. We're going to pry out the silver inner part. So we slid the rope through the handle. Now we're going to take the rope and we're going to slide it through the metal retainer. There's a hole punched in the bottom, and the rope is going to go up through that hole. You'll direct the rope through the center of the metal retainer and out the side, and then we'll just tie a small regular loop knot in the rope. Pull it tight like so, and then pull the whole thing back so the knot goes into the center of the retainer. And the tighter the rope gets pulled and forced, the tighter the knot will secure itself inside of the center retainer, and you'll never have to worry about it pulling out. It may break eventually, but it'll never come out. So now we're going to slide the handle back up to where the loop here, the retainer is, and we're going to carefully press the retainer down into the handle. All right, there we go. Now our handle is repaired. Next, we remove the 3 5/16" bolts that hold the air cleaner cover over the carburetor and the mounting arm. So we got that off. Now we're going to use a 1/2" wrench or a 13mm and remove the bowl for the carburetor. The bowl's off. We got a little bit of nasty gas drying out in the bottom of the bowl, so we're going to use some carburetor cleaner and a fine wire welding tip brush to clean the little holes out in the pickup jet here at the bottom of the bowl. And then we'll spray some carburetor cleaner through the throat of the carburetor, through this little holes on either side, and then down here to clean up the float mechanism. We'll also clean out the bowl itself. There's a little bit of goopy residue in the bottom. I use a multi-size welding tip tool like this. I find the right size wire. In this case, we'll say that one right there. And I gently push it through the holes, the pickup jets or ports. There we go. Push it through here, rock it back and forth a few times, and then push it down through the center hole too, and then blast some carburetor cleaner through the center and make sure it sprays out equally on both sides. And that way we know the whole pickup system here is clear and clean. We insert the filter with the fins facing outward away from the motor. We hook the back of the filter cover into the 3 little grooves, make sure they're all in place, gently set it down, and then use our 5/16" driver to tighten up the cover. The only thing left is to sharpen the blade, and just for safety's sake, you should always remove the spark plug, or at least the spark plug wire, and ground it before you start working on the blade. The bolt size is 5/8. We're going to use our little impact gun. Usually we don't need to use one, but I want to just to get it done quick. I'm going to get that on there, and look at that, just like that. Make sure you pay attention to how your blade brace goes. It goes with the curved edge. See how it kind of curves in the middle? That faces the blade to add like a spring tension to the blade. And now we gently pull it off. We're going to clean these little bits of dry grass on it, and we're going to sharpen it up. Although it's honestly doesn't even really need sharpened from the looks of it. It looks like it's pretty darn sharp already. But we'll clean it up a little bit. I mean, look at that. You can almost see the original edge on it. See, just a couple little nicks at the end. Here we go. I didn't show the actual sharpening of the blade because I've done other videos about how to sharpen lawnmower blades. You can check those out if you want. So it's all back together. Took, I'd say, a little under an hour. Cost $25 in parts. And the mower is good to go again for the foreseeable future. A nice little lightweight mower. You can do it yourself, save some money, and keep working with your power tools instead of getting new ones. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for now.